News First, Newsline with Faraz Shaukat Ali on TV1.
And a very good evening to you and a warm welcome to Newsline Live. My guest this evening is Mr. Manjula Gajanayaka, no stranger to our program. He is, of course, the Executive Director of the Institute for Democratic Reform and Electoral Studies. And very good evening to you, Manjula, and welcome back to Newsline Live. There's a lot of talk and a lot of concern amongst various stakeholders and members of the public about this media sort of broadcasting bill.
Yes.
And the setting up of that. Why are you concerned? I mean, in your capacity, of course, as of the job you do.
Yeah.
But why would you be concerned?
Thank you very much for having me the program.
Absolute pleasure.
Yeah, actually there are two concern areas with regards this broadcasting regulatory commission bill. We have to say actually that that this is in the subcommittee level. It is to be submitted to the table to the parliament later on. We don't know what is happening right now, but we know one thing, since the media minister Dr. Bandula Gunawardena informed general public that they have established a cabinet subcommittee under the chairmanship of Minister of Justice Dr. Vijayadasa Rajapaksa.
Yeah.
So we are talking on that draft only. We don't know what will happen later on, but we have witnessed that there are many such documents, not only on this subject areas, actually that there were many such draft were there, but unfortunately they had to reverse it. Then anyway, there are two concern areas. The first thing is actually when they are going to introduce such a new law, we have to concern on if there are any sufficient laws to regulate media in this country. The second concern is actually, are we utilizing in an effective way existing laws? There are two concerns. My answer is actually for the first question. The
About
question is there
regulation.
any sufficient laws?
Yeah.
It is yes, actually. If you ask me what are the laws to regulate media in Sri Lanka right now, we can say actually there are 4 specific laws. Number 27 of 1991 Sri Lanka Telecommunication Act, number 25 of 1996 Sri Lanka Telecommunication Act, as well as Sri Lanka Rupawahini Corporation Act and Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation Act. There are 4 acts. Then if you need to introduce some innovative actions as well as any special provisions, you can include into one of those 4 acts.
Right.
Okay? It is my first answer. That
Right.
means actually no need any new laws
new
regulate
laws.
media.
Yeah.
The second one is actually, are we utilizing in an effective way existing laws? My answer is no, because if you when it comes to Regulatory Commission Act, we can say actually that they have enough powers to regulate media and also asking reports and appoint any subcommittee or any committee to look overseeing matters to the media. Then if you can you can strengthen the media regulation subjects very easily through the existing Telecommunication Act. Then if so, why they are taking this? It is a long, the long process. But I can say one thing, hidden thing, in simple way. It is Sri Lanka is surpassing era, time actually without elections. Then they need to enjoy their power without elections, but to exercise that elections, that power, actually they need to control media and other entities.
So they need a quiet, compliant media.
Yes, that's why they are being brought.
Who will merely toe the line.
Yeah, that is the main reason they are taking these issues.
Would you go as far as saying that this is like a veiled threat to the media? If you don't play ball, just watch out because we're going to cancel your license.
Definitely. We can talk broadly what has included in this draft later on. However, at the very beginning, let me to say actually this is not the first attempt they have taken. In 1997. Actually, they were introduced a special broadcasting authority bill in 1997. However, actually at that time media organizations and all CSO leaders and actually that professionals were against that bill. That's why they reversed at that time. At that time actually it is so hilarious because actually they introduced not the commission, actually a board at that time, 1997. In that board, they have included, I think, 5 secretaries: defense, post, education, mass media, like that, and also the chairman of Film Corporation as well, chairman of the Film Corporation. At that time, actually, something positive because the powers vested with the media ministers has not taken out. Okay, then actually it is little. I can see that at that time the powers of media minister has strengthened because he is the official guy, official person to oversee media in media culture in Sri Lanka. When it comes to current draft, you know that they have removed the powers of commission minister. Okay, now
so why have a minister then?
There's a one of special provision. Actually, this commission is this commission will instruct and will give advice to the minister.
I see.
The secret of this. Now, as an election observer, I can say actually now there's no local government elections. There's no provincial council elections. Now, all those institutions are controlled by governors. Governors are appointed by executive president. And now, what is the structure of this regulatory commission? Structure is that the mass media secretary, the secretary to the mass media ministry will come, as well as the official level, the executive director of telecommunication will be there. Other 3 persons will appoint by the president under the approval of constitutional council. Then we know what will happen actually, the appointing the chairperson of the commission vested with the president. Then not only local government, provincial councils and also media. What is the secret behind that? Behind this?
This is obviously totally undemocratic.
Strengthening the executive presidency. Actually, we have suffered enough in this country due to the executive presidency. Then what we are doing, being brought forward in actually this kind of acts draft, actually strengthening executive presidency. That is the agony of this kind of drafts.
So absolutely undemocratic as we know and as we understand the word. But isn't it good for all of us to have regulation? What kind of regulation would you foresee as being workable?
Actually, when it comes to media, as an election observer, let me to say that the best option is self-censorship is the vital
self-regulation.
Thing. Self-regulation is the best thing. Not only actually electronic media, you know that the Press Council was established in Sri Lanka 1973. After that, under the Press Council, actually I think 2003, if I am correct, there's a Press Complaint Commission. Okay, then I know that there are many different ideas on that. At least actually there's a self-regulation method because that the Special Press Complaint Commission is comprising with the professionals, practitioners and workers within the media sector, because they have selected people their own, I mean the media practitioners. They are totally, I mean not totally, some kind of independencies they are enjoying.
Right.
Okay, now there's a self-regulation factor is there. In that is the good option. But in this way, let me to say one thing when it comes to the objectives.
Yeah.
Okay, objectives of this commission. There's 5K. They are telling ensure to carry on the broadcasting services without any detriment to national security, national economy and public order. Then how to assess this kind of things? Okay, there's a commission appointed by the president. Okay, all 5 persons are responsible to the president. Let's say there's an election time. What will happen? It is the crucial time. They are asking powers again. Okay, then according to the investigation commission, they are going to appoint an investigation commission committee also. Okay, then they can ask any oral or written complaint before them. Then after receiving them, they can take a warrant from magistrate and search any media organizations. We know as an election observers how to create complaints. Actually, they can create something during election time and they can obtain a warrant from magistrate court. Then actually they can go to the premise and maybe shut down media organizations, maybe one month time, 3 months time, 6 months time, at least till the election is over. Then what will happen? That is the serious thing.
So that's the most dangerous matter that you
and also that the thing is actually the national economy, national defense and also law and order. It is very difficult to assess into these committee actually if there is a court or something, I mean appropriate entity to test and also actually that the check these kind of things, it is okay. But unfortunately, this is the commission to check these kind of things also.
So this is very serious.
Very serious. And also, you know that when it comes to elections and the powers of the executive president, and another thing, another special thing I can see in this draft, that is now, let me to take the elections as an example also. Now, no elections in the country, but there's no responsible person to answer also, because now there's a minister to the provincial council and local government. Okay, he's in the parliament, but he doesn't know what is going on because the officials working under the presidents are obstructing to conduct the elections. They are doing that because actually they are so strong, they are under the president. Okay, they are coverage of the president because all the officials, that's why the printer, government printer and other were obstructed to conduct the elections. Now, when it comes to media, now once we remove the powers vested with the media minister, actually the commission is governed by president. Then parliament also silent.
So it's all a bit of a symbol, really.
Yeah. All the powers concentrating with the president. He's answerable. He's not answerable to any questions. Then it is his wish list.
Let's discuss a little bit more about the official wish list coming from the top after this short break, in which we take a look at this evening's headline news from the Primetime News team. We'll see you on the other side of the break.
News First, Newsline with Faraz Shaukat Ali on TV1.
Who prepared the proposal to bring new laws to suppress the media? Civil activists call for UN intervention against media suppression laws. Dallas concerned over reforming state-owned enterprises. Highlights attempts to share SOEs among friends. Former President Mahinda Rajapaksa says the SLPP should be given ministerial positions. Finance Minister issues Gazette making it mandatory to open tax file for everyone over the age of 18. Sri Lanka's paddy cultivation affected by 4 types of caterpillars. Mihintale gears up for Poson celebrations. Mihindu Perahara parades the streets.
When a heart attack strikes, every minute makes the difference between life and death. With the right care and treatment at the hand of the most skilled surgeons and medical professionals. With the perfect environment for recovery. Darden's Heart Center, dedicated to you.
News First, Newsline with Faraz Shaukat Ali on TV1.
And welcome back to Newsline Live. I'm in conversation with Manjula Gajanayaka, who is the Executive Director of the Institute for Democratic Reform and Electoral Studies. So, is there any hope? Is Sri Lanka really slipping into this situation where we are very less democratic than we've been, and are we shifting down this slippery slope towards a situation where authoritarianism is growing and accountability is or will become seriously lacking?
Definitely. That is the thing at the moment actually. Now you know that there are over 193 states are members under the United Nations. Out of 193 countries, almost 165 countries are by and large adopting democratic principles. Out of those 165 countries, actually, we had a good culture, good election culture. We have conducted over 74 elections at the moment. Now, from this point, actually, it is wonderful to, if there is any researcher would like to study in these scenarios, actually, what he or she can see. In one side, actually, that the president and other cabinet ministers as well as parliamentarians are telling actually they are respecting and applying democratic values. In other side, actually, they are not willing to conduct elections. As an alternative to elections, actually, they have a toolbox. Then they are taking out one by one tools. That one tool is actually that the Anti-Terrorism Act. If you are against some of policies, activities to be done by government, actually, they can show the Anti-Terrorist Act. Now, actually, last time you may remember, actually, to the end of the last phase of 2022, they were introduced some kind of controversial media laws. But at that time, actually, journalists and civil society leaders were against that. Now, it seems that this regulatory broadcasting regulatory commission bill, it is just like the scaled down version of that controversial media laws. That is the thing. The thing is actually that the most concerned matter is at the moment actually that the government is trying to apply more and more legal piece of legislations to control democratic entities rather conducting elections. That is their strategy at the moment.
And how are is the opposition united together? Is the whole of the opposition against this move? Or are there members, some smaller parties, so-called three-wheel parties even, are they supporting the ruling party?
We do hope, actually. You know that already I saw that the main opposition party already opposed this draft bill, as well as actually some of political party leaders were against this, and also they are raising their voice against that. But you know that even 20th Amendment, actually we have a bad culture on that, because there are many political leaders, as well as not only political leaders, civil society activists, and many are against such kind of things, while supporting the president in secret way. You know that my reading is actually this current incumbent president is so lucky, because the lucky thing is actually that because actually that he's getting the support of Colombo-centric civil society organizations, as well as NGOs, because they are applying liberal democratic values, but they are telling, but unfortunately actually that they are supporting this kind of piece of legislation also.
But this piece of legislation is unlikely to be liberal and acceptable to the average person.
Definitely. Not only this, let's say elections.
Yeah.
There's no elections, no. But
and
still,
exactly. So
people are justifying that.
So don't we have a ruling party supporting the president who are clearly afraid of having elections?
Yeah.
Because we had the local government elections, the explanation was there was no money. Local government, no money. The provincial councils, 4.5 years, I think.
No consensus among them.
Well, there's no reason.
Yeah.
No reason. Elections, no reason. And so, do you think that there is a chance that this government might go for referendum a la J.R. Jayawardena?
Sometimes actually.
And how legal would that be?
Maybe that will be the strategy what they are trying to do. It is legal because you know that there are 5 kind of elections in Sri Lankan electoral system: local government, provincial council, presidential.
So are you saying it's legal to have a referendum?
No, legal means.
So why have elections at all then?
No, legal mean actually that now. You know, 1982, we had the first referendum. If president is thinking to have referendum elections, actually according to the constitution, we can't oppose it.
Right.
What we can do is actually, if they are going to conduct such a referendum in to extend the powers like what they did in the 1982, actually, we can organize people against that. But anyway, referendum is in the inside. I mean, in the election list. Then they can do at any time. But the thing is actually, if they are conducting referendum as an alternative the president local government elections or provincial council elections, actually, we should oppose that. Because they are scared to conduct elections. That's why they are go to just for a referendum to adopt what his uncles did in 1982.
Very serious indeed. We have lots of questions. Thank you very much for sending us your questions, by the way. Obviously, regular viewers here. A lot of questions are saying the same thing. Self-regulation, is it really likely to work?
We have to test. I mean, self-regulation means, I mean, journalists also not coming from another world. Actually, they are living in this world, okay, with us, okay. They are our neighbors, they are our friends.
What about social media? It
is not,
appears to be unregulated.
That is another grey area in this draft. Actually, they are going to do three things under this draft. Okay,
Right. You've got 2 minutes. Go on.
Okay, regulate. Okay, they are going to monitor activities as well as issue media guidelines and regulate license. Okay, all those three, and also they are supervising the services of broadcasters. Then under that area actually may be at least social media governing, I mean controlling by those broadcasters, they will be able to control. But it is a grey area. Maybe there are many doors. If they wish to control social media under this act, actually there are many avenues. Anyway, let me to say that there's a grey area in this draft.
So social media. But do you agree that social media needs regulation?
I think in some kind of, but I'm so scared to tell that. You know that.
But
Once we say
there's-
that, actually current regime can use to control everything. That is the thing. I mean.
But there is a fair chunk of people out there who believe that social media does need to be regulated.
Yeah, how to do that actually?
And how do you balance that with the need to have an independent, free media?
Yeah, that is the thing actually, that what I wanted to tell, I mean all journalists and media institution people and any other one actually, they are our friends and we are living in the same planet.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
then we can't expect much things from them, because they are part of this culture. Then there should be a paradigm shifting. We have to change everything. Okay, that's called system change. Then we have to change the system, not one by one, entity to entity, to control them, to gain this advantage to control powers.
Well, we've got another question. If not having elections, is there any way the public can say they will help the process by working for free to create that change?
I don't think actually. People can against the activities of government.
Yeah.
That's why they are being brought forward, that terrorist act, anti-terrorist act, as well as this kind of draft. Okay, but somehow democratic country mean we are living in a second republic. We are living under the second republic constitution. Then we are citizen. We have sovereign power. Then we should have elections. Actually, we should raise awareness, as well as we should raise our voice, asking elections. There's no elections other than conducting elections. There's no options other than conducting elections.
So we must, bottom line is,
Yes,
hear it.
we must.
Hear it, everybody. We need elections. We
Definitely.
must have elections.
Definitely.
Manjula Gajanaka, thank you very much for being on Newsline. And that's the way it was today, Friday, the 2nd of June. It's now time, of course, for the primetime news, but not before I say, let's wish you a very good evening as much as you can, of course, and God bless you all.